officers required to have any medical training, or do you foresee that they should be required to have any medical training in dealing with situations where they might need to assess whether a perpetrator is in danger themselves and needs to be hospitalized or have medical training? You know, what if you have a situation where you've arrested somebody and then they die because of a drug overdose or something?
And that actually just happened in the jail.
Yeah.
Well,
So what, you know, is that something that would cause you to further educate officers?
it's a great question. It's something we're very aware of, but cross-training officers to be medics is a little bit
Right.
complicated.
It's,
But
well, it is a lot to ask of somebody.
yeah, I can say, but what I can say on the gentleman that died in the jail, the medics have been there out on the streets and looked at him, right? And okay,
And they didn't see.
well, there wasn't.
that
There wasn't. I don't think there's anything to see. So
Yeah.
they leave, and then he goes to the jail, and then it happens. So it's again, it's one of those no-win things.
Yeah.
We are certainly trained to recognize the obvious stuff.
Yeah.
But it's very hard to walk up on a person who's acting erratically and find out what's on board.
Right.
I mean, I
Well,
wish
it
they
could
wrote on their
just be
forehead.
psychotic, too.
I did meth. You know, I wish
Yeah.
they wrote what they did, because other than that, we don't know what's on,
Yeah,
what they're on board.
there's no way.
And they could be perfectly fine now. And then we arrest them, and there's a struggle, and they have an adrenaline dump or something,
Yeah.
and then all these things happen to them that wasn't happening here, right? To their body.
Yeah.
And then we get in the jail, and all this stuff dumps, and then they die.
Yeah.
A couple of officers come up on, or one or two officers come on a car wreck.
Mhm.
Somebody bleeding.
Mhm.
Do they have any basic
Direct
training
pressure.
to-
Direct pressure.
Instead of waiting for the,
We definitely have the basics. I mean, we all know direct pressure. We all have that stuff down. But keep in mind, if there's one or two cops there, we still have to make sure nobody's going to hit us while we're there
yeah.
attending to this. So I mean, generally speaking, that's what the paramedics are for. And
So
in
your
a
major
town,
concern
in
is
a,
to secure the situation.
secure the scene and make sure there's not more accidents behind us, or make sure we don't get hit again.
what can they do? How much can they do?
Well, and the medics are stationed all over town. So honestly, by the time we get to a wreck, we get out of our car, we kind of assess things. They're usually there. I mean, we're in Salina to where they're stationed all over town. We have to drive from wherever, so their response time is very good.
They often never beat us there, so we're not.
The reason I asked this was, there was a wreck a few years ago where it was outside of town.
Mhm.
And police got there, I don't know whether it's county, sheriff, but
Person calls in and wants a vehicle towed that they feel is not where it's supposed to be. Does that relate to the police department?
Well, it does, but it depends on if it's on the property, if it's on the street. And there's different laws as far as hours, how long they can be on the street, if they're disabled. I mean, no plates or no engine, no wheels. But yeah, by all means, if you see a car parked somewhere, are you talking in a yard or in your?
Well, no, I have a person that calls in to have my truck towed and I was parked legally and not in anybody's property, it's on my property. And the towing company said they called the police department to verify the truck wasn't stolen.
Yeah.
But
Did your truck get stolen?
no, they towed it.
I mean, totally.
Yeah.
Was it parked in the street?
No,
It was parked in the garage?
it was parked in the parking lot.
Was there a really
parking lot?
Yeah.
was there an ugly sticker on it?
No. And the lady that called it in, apparently, I don't know if the police department verifies that she's the owner of the property, but I was the owner of the property.
That sounds to me like a private property tow, where if I own property, right, and you park on my property.